From far away, consciousness feels like a single switch. You're either awake or you're not. But in reality, it may come in layers, not as a mystical ladder, but as increasing complexity in how a mind builds a world, focuses on it, remembers it, and eventually models itself inside it. Here's a clean way to think about it. 8 levels, from simple reaction to reflective self-awareness. Level 1, reflexive reaction. At the lowest level, a system doesn't need a mind, it just needs a rule. Stimulus in, action out. Touch something hot, pull away. A shadow passes overhead, freeze. There's no inner movie here, just fast, automatic survival behavior. It can be hardwired, reflexes, or extremely simple learned rules. It's quick, cheap, and often smarter than overthinking. Level 2, sensation. Next comes sensing. Now the system is collecting raw information, light, pressure, chemicals, temperature, vibration. It still isn't understanding anything, but it has inputs that can be compared and measured. This is the difference between a door that slams shut and a sensor that knows how wide the door is open. Sensation is data, and more sensors usually means a richer possible experience. Level 3, perception. Perception is where signals get organized into a world. Instead of random data, the brain starts building objects and patterns. Food, predator, edge, shelter, distance, motion. Different senses get fused into one coherent picture. You don't experience separate pixels of vision and separate tones of sound. You experience a thing moving toward you. Illusions matter here because they reveal something important. Perception is a constructed best guess, not a perfect recording. Level 4, attention. The world contains too much information, so attention evolves as a filter. It decides what matters right now. Your eyes take in an ocean of detail, but your mind highlights only a few features. That face, that sound, that threat, that goal. Attention creates priority and the feeling of presence, because whatever the spotlight lands on becomes your now. It's also hijackable. Loud noises, bright colors, and notifications all fight for that spotlight. Level 5, memory and prediction. Once a system remembers, it gains time. Memory isn't just storage, it's training data for the future. If you've seen danger before, you can avoid it faster next time. If you've learned a pattern, you can predict what comes next. This is where consciousness starts to feel like continuity. You're not just reacting to the current moment, you're using the past to shape the next one. Planning, habits, imagination, and expectation all live here. In a real sense, brains are prediction machines that keep updating their model as reality corrects them. Level 6, emotion and value. Now add emotion, not as romance, but as a decision system. Emotion assigns value. Good, bad, urgent, safe, worth it. When you can't calculate everything, you need fast rankings. Fear pushes you to escape. Curiosity pulls you toward information. Disgust protects you from contamination. Joy reinforces what worked. Even boredom is useful. It says stop wasting time. Emotions are the brain's internal scoring system, turning experience into motivation and choices. Level 7, self-model and self-awareness. Here's where things get truly strange. A mind doesn't just model the world, it models itself inside the world. It recognizes, this body is me, this perspective is mine, these actions come from me. This self-model helps with planning and social life because the system can simulate consequences, what I might do, what others might think, how I will feel later. Once you can model yourself, you can also model other minds, which is why social animals can become frighteningly sophisticated. Level 8, metaconsciousness and reflection. Finally, the mind can turn its attention inward. Thoughts become objects. You can notice your own beliefs, question your own decisions, and catch yourself in a mistake while it's happening. This is reflective consciousness, thinking about thinking. It enables self-control, long-term goals, moral reasoning, and the inner narrator that comments on your life. It also enables doubt and anxiety, which is the universe's way of keeping you humble. And here's the key point. These aren't strict ranks, where every creature fits neatly into a box. Think of them as layers that can stack, overlap, and vary. Different animals may have different combinations. Even humans slide between levels depending on sleep, stress, focus, drugs, dreaming, or anesthesia. Your consciousness has a volume knob, not just an on/off button. As a map, it's useful. It shows how consciousness might grow from simple reactions to a world model to a self-model, and finally to reflection. Consciousness isn't just on or off. It may be one of the most complex structures nature can build, layer by layer, inside a biological machine. And one more thing, scientists still argue about what consciousness is at the deepest level, and there's no universal meter that gives a single score. So treat this as a functional map, not a final answer. It's a way to describe how experience can become richer as brains add more layers of modeling. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like, subscribe, and stick around for more explained videos about the strangest ideas in science and the mind.